talking about the zoom tools in Vsdc this time, and it's the on the toolbar that runs across the top of the scene area here. It is actually the third toolbar in this toolbar, and it runs from right here where I have my mouse hovering over that little square with the 4 blue arrows sticking out, and it runs over here to the drop down arrow for the toolbar options. Now let me do this real quick. Shrink this down a little bit. Notice that this, by the way, the scene area is in a not a square, but in a rectangular window. When I hover over the edge of the window, I can left click on it and move it up and down. I don't think you can do that at the top. No, you can't. You can only do it at the bottom. And I'm showing you that for a reason. First of all, I like to have a little white space at the bottom and the top of my video when I work. I like to have enough room so I can see what's around my, around my video. But what I want to show you about that is that if I click on this zoom to screen button, what happens is my video will resize to the size of the screen. See? But something else interesting happened. When I did that, now when I resize my window with this, my video automatically follow and resize to fit that. So that can be pretty helpful, That can actually be pretty helpful. Say like for instance, if you have 10, 11, 12 things down here and you need to see while you're working with it, what's there, then you can and if you had it like this, you can make it like that, and then you can see it, and then you can actually resize your video to fit in there. And that's what I like to use anyway. I like to use resize to fit most of the time because, and then I can do this here and it doesn't move, have my video all over the place, and I can get my room around that side there, all around the video so I can see what I'm doing. That's the way I like to work, but everybody has their preferences. So anyway, the next thing on here, well, before I do that, down here on the bottom, you also have your zoom tools down here. You have all of your zoom tools down here, except for the toolbar options buttons, which I'm not going to go over that again with you, but anyway, it's not down here, the toolbar options. So, the next thing we have over here where you see 26% is the zoom level. And you can adjust the zoom level by these percentages if you want. You can go from 25% to 200%. And I'm going to put it back the way I had it, zoom to fit, and drop this down. Now you notice that thing said 200% there. I'm going to come back up here and show it to you. It says 200%. You can actually get it bigger than that, and I'll show you that in a minute. Adjusting with your minus button. You can click your left, your minus button, and then shrink it down. Notice how the slider moved to the left, and it moved it down to 10%. You can move it up with the plus button. You can make it bigger, and notice how it made it bigger. Now, this is where I was saying it can get bigger than 200%. Let's keep on clicking, and it goes, how far does it go? Let's see. You can take it all the way up to 500%, and of course you really can't see a whole lot with that like that. But of course, you can see, if you if you do this here. You know, use your scroll bars to, you know, you might actually need to be specific about something and have it this big and then go ahead and do some editing work in there. But I kind of think that's a little too much, especially for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to zoom to fit. And maybe somewhere down the road I will actually be using that and you'll see. But as for right now, I'm not doing nothing like that. Okay, we've done that. And of course I told you that about this. And once again, all your toolbar stuff is down here. And you can use them to do all of those same things that we just did, except the toolbar options. The toolbar options. Okay, that's all of it for the zoom toolbar. Next video we're going to talk about the paper settings. I don't know why they call it the paper settings, because this actually has to do with alignment, snap, grid. Yeah, alignment, snap, and grid.